Oh, hello there. Welcome everybody back to Dumb Fekk Friday. I am Chesh. I am your host. Our other host is still missing in action. Where is she? I don't know. Who knows? Probably off learning a Bollywood dance somewhere, and I am excited and happy for her. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, to our lovely American fans out there who are potentially missing out on a football game because I didn't even consider that. And no, I'm not really sorry. I don't care about football. I'm Canadian. If it's not a hockey game, I'm not interested. uh, I get... But thank you for joining me if you're here. If you're not here and you're catching me in the future, well, welcome to our first annual Chowder with Crowder. And the first thing I'm going to show you guys is a lovely recipe that Bent shared with us in the chat. It is, oh, let me get to it. Turkey potato chowder. Look at that. So he put this in the chat. I will also put it in the chat again for you guys so you can see it if you're interested in how to make chowder. I've never made chowder, so, I'm interested in checking this shit out. It's turkey potato. Does that not look good? Look, oh man. I like the bowl too. It's like in a ceramic mug. Look at the bread in the background. Prep time is only 15 minutes. Cook time is 20 minutes. Total time 35. Serves 4. Potatoes, vegetables. Well, that's vague. Frozen vegetables, a diced onion, and some dried celery. Or so diced celery. I'm not the biggest fan of celery, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Store-bought or homemade turkey or chicken broth. Turkey. Herbs and spices. Let's see. Seasoned with parsley, poultry seasonings, sriracha, and ground black pepper. Okay. 2 cups of peeled and diced potatoes, a half and half, fat-free half and half, creamies, richness, flour, and bacon. Yeah, there you go. There's pictures in the Discord if you're interested. So here's the ingredients list. This actually doesn't look terribly complicated. Like, this looks doable. This looks doable with, like, stuff I just have laying around. And then there's the directions. But hey, you go ahead and check that out if you are interested. There's your nutritional facts for anybody who cares, but I mean, it is a turkey potato soup, so it's gonna be thick. Hopefully let me know if my audio sounds weird. I did put something in to hopefully deal with the hum from my computer fans as well as the light that gives off a little bit of a hum. So hopefully that will not be as obnoxious as it is sometimes. So Bent and Dapper are both consuming that chowder right now, so hopefully that is good. If I look like a tired mess, it's because I am. I am enjoying my tea, I am in my pajamas, and we're just chilling today. So, Steven Crowder is a person who exists, whose existence I tend to pay zero attention to except for the change my mind meme. And that usually has nothing to do with him. It's just he was the one who did it. So let's take a look. This is probably the only time I'm actually going to bother in our first annual, and then we'll do it again next year. So let's see the about the community. This is the subreddit for our Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder, all things related to the Canadian conservative Christian comedian Crowder. And I gotta say, nice alliteration. That's spicy. I like that. Well done. Stephen Blake Crowder, born July 7th, 1987, is a Canadian-American conservative political commentator, actor, and comedian. He is the host of Louder with Crowder, a podcast covering news, pop culture, and politics streamed on YouTube and CRTV, at louderwithcrowder.com, and other places. He's also a former contributor for Fox News, a good start, a regular guest on The Blaze, and frequently featured on the Glenn Beck program and The Dana Show. Alright, so now we know who Steven Crowder is, I guess, thanks to the subreddit. There are 10.7k members, and 19 of them are online right now. So let's see what kind of memes. The top of the list from 5 hours ago, Joe Biden, the perfect president for the perfect person to represent the left. He's a pervert, a criminal, an idiot who thinks he's brilliant, a congenital liar, and has never done a productive thing in his life. So there's a there's some things about this that are kind of funny to me. Ironically so. A lot of the left don't like Biden. From my understanding, he was the lowest front runner for the DNC during his presidential run. When he did get elected, and then the DNC forced him because the left weren't interested in Joe Biden really. He polled really low. Um, People on the left criticize Biden regularly. Now, on the other hand, I enjoy this has never done a productive thing in his life. There's laws that exist that conservatives have held onto that were put in place by Biden, particularly laws that or were helped put in place by Biden during his political career that are related to like drug violence or just drugs in general that heavily affected particularly African American people in America, and that is laws that conservatives are pro towards that Biden was a linchpin in putting in place. So I really don't. Yeah, the crime bill. I feel like maybe it's likely that there are actually some things that Biden has done in the past that he that they benefit from or things that they wanted in place in the first place. So I feel like there's like a lot of political history, particularly Biden's political history that Steven Crowder's group isn't familiar with. Really, you think any right winger is going to take you seriously and value your opinion? But first off, that's impressive. That is a how many hours did that hair take to do? Because I gotta say, that's a lot of hair, and that is I'm impressed. I don't know what kind of gun that is. Um, I don't. How many hours were put into getting that? There's also like something to be said that what makes you think that this message is for you in particular? I feel like they're probably just trying to make a point, but like the left wants to take away her hair. Donald Trump was sued for defamation and battery a second time by writer E. Jean Carroll. More bullshit gets into get to get book sales. Okay, well, sure. Groomers have indoctrinated the squirrels. Beware, children, and keep your distance. What? Not the squirrels, no. Squirrels can't just, have sex with whatever squirrel that they want. No. The real trick is that her hair is actually a working firearm. Yeah. I, do, I don't know what I'm looking at. Who taxidermied these squirrels like this? This is hilarious. Dommy squirrel over here. Oh, good. Okay. Emmanuel Macron comes clean. Quote, we need a single global order. No thanks, you psychotic idiot. Okay. So, first off, I really like this Twitter. I need to look up his Twitter now. Zero Hedge. Look at this picture. Hold on. Twitter. I'm looking this up. Zero Hedge. Oh my god. 892 tweets in the last hour. What the fuck? 1.5 million followers. Look at that. This is gonna get me demonetized. Zerohedge.com. Let's see if there's a freelancer for that on Fervor. Okay. Oh, that's just a regular promoted tweet. Okay. FTX, the corruption of America. Hey, if you want to know about FTX, go watch our video and stream about it. It came out the other day. There's pigeons sitting on each other. Age of the pregnant men is over. Age of the billionaire edgelord has begun. What? 30 euro. Okay, whatever. This is unexpectedly in quotes. Binance floats $1 billion bailout for distressed. Yeah, we talked about the crypto stuff the other day, so I'm gonna skip over that. I'm looking for the article that was. Don't me started on karma. The whole FTX stuff. We already talked about that. Come on, where's the where's the article about Macron here? Come on. Is this Epstein? Epstein accuser sue JP Morgan. Okay, whatever. Blah blah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no what this guy. Come on. I know I tweet a lot, but where you write a lot of articles. Where's the Macron one? How old is this? How hold on. Oh, it only says 22 hours. Oh, November 22nd. I'm in November 23rd. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna find this. I want to see his article. I'm so curious. Because I have the inclination that it may perhaps, methinks, that this world order that he's talking. Oh, hold on, that's turkey recipe. Go over here, turkey recipe. I'm thinking the single global order that they're referring to is about a climate, like everybody agreeing about climate change, but like agree on how to move forward and everybody like working together on dealing with a global crisis. You know, things like you see in movies like Independence Day where there's a global crisis that affects everybody, so everybody's like, oh shit guys, we gotta work together. Oh my god. Like I said, I know I tweet a lot, but holy shit, I'm still on November 23rd. Bro, get off Twitter. You're apparently a Giga Chad. Go outside. I mean, I guess you could take your phone outside, but wow. Come on. Oh, there. Okay, now we're in November 22nd. Chaos on Twitter leads a group of journalists to start an alternative. Okay. Eggs. Come on. Bro. Hey, Halle Berry. This is a lovely picture of her. Oh my god. Bro, take a break. God, yeah, how much of this is just spam, to be honest? Like, wow. I made a mistake going looking for this article. There we go. Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna get a virus from clicking on this shit. Oh no. Oh. During a speech at the APEC summit in Bangkok, where world leaders gathered, French President Emmanuel Macron called for a single global order. Macron made the comment while discussing the power interests of Russia and China and the threat of war. We are in a jungle and we have two big elephants trying to become more and more nervous, he said. If they become very nervous and start a war, it will be a big problem for the rest of the jungle. You need the cooperation of a lot of other animals, tigers, monkeys, and so on, added Macron. I wonder who Macron thinks is the monkeys. In case you still think it's a conspiracy theory, blah, blah, blah. Are you, the US, or on Chinese side? Because now progressively a lot of people would like would like to see that there are two orders in this world. This is a huge mistake, even for both the US and China. We need a single global order, he concluded. Macron's words are sure to confuse the fact checker industry, which continues to insist that claims about the New World Order or one world government are baseless conspiracy theory. Oh no. Oh no. Indeed, much hilarity issued. No, I want the links. Um, Much hilarity ensued last week when it was revealed that Google owned YouTube had effectively fact checked a video published by the World Government Summit in 2022. In the video, the host of the panel discussed asked H.E. Dr. Anwar bin Mohammed Gargash. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Diplomatic advisor, blah, blah. Are you ready for a new world order? Underneath the video, the fact check says New World Order, which links to a Wikipedia article that says New World Order, NWO, is a conspiracy theory, which is, yes. Oh, God, Tim Pool. All right, well, let's hear what he actually has to say.
Are you on the US and the Chinese side? Because now, progressively, a lot of people would like to see there are two orders in this world. This is a huge mistake, even for both the US and China. We need a single global order.
So, one of the nice things about different people speaking different languages is connotations change, right? Depending on what words you use. Go figure. So, yeah, he's suggesting that everybody needs to work together to make sure Russia and China don't go to war. This is like calling the this is like calling the people who worked together again, like the allies that worked together against the Axis in World War II. We're trying to like start one world government. God damn it. I gotta say, like, where are I mean, I know that they're getting these ideas from Steven Crowder, that like the whole point is Steven Crowder. But if you'll notice, we've gotten this far and we haven't seen anything actually about Steven Crowder yet. It's kind of bizarre. I wonder if there's a word that could be used to accurately describe this sort of person. Me talking to my 4-year-old about gender and me low-key hoping for a trans kiddo as a trans parent. Okay, I mean, there's something to be said about having like hopes about your kid, and like whether or not like, do you hope your kid plays football? Do you hope your kid is a artist? Do you hope your kid is one thing or another? And that can be, depending on how that's portrayed to the child, can be then like how much pressure is put on that kid, and if you're trying to influence your kid unduly, yeah, that could be a problem. I don't really think that's what this person is saying because that would be too reasonable. Because if I mean, I don't think you should push things on your kids one way or another, but having hopes for your child as a parent, I think is fine. Whether or not this is something that is good or bad, I don't know. It kind of depends on talking to your 4-year-old about gender. I mean, yeah, depends on the kid, right? Some kids are I'm trying not to be judgy about people's kids because I don't know their kid. Oh God, what is this? It was obvious with the this is quoted. It was obvious with the mugshot that's a man, that's not a non-binary person, because in no way, shape, or form could they appear as a woman the next day. Transgender activist Natalie Brigham on CNN. What conclusions could people reach in the future if this is how we decide who is what gender and isn't? Colorado shoot. Okay, so no lie with Brian Taylor Cohen tweeted out the Colorado shooter's dad on Find. Oh, right, the Colorado. Okay, the Colorado shooter's dad was like, "Well, my son killed some kids, but at least he's not gay," and so like that was kind of a big old yikes. But I'm trying to understand what this tweet actually says. So the Colorado shooter's dad finding out his son murdered people. They quote, they started telling me about the incident of shooting, and then I go on to find out it's a gay bar. I got scared. Shit, is he gay? And he's not gay. So I said, phew, I'm a conservative Republican. The retweet says, Colorado shooter's father was not a state assemblyman, but this guy who left his mother when he was a baby, went to MMA, porn, and crystal meth. The man can cope with his son being a mass murderer, but had a terrible fight when he thought he was gay, or had a terrible fright when he thought he was gay. I have no idea what this quote is supposed to be relating to. This is just super duper confusing for me. So maybe somebody can like maybe somebody can maybe somebody else knows. This is just absolutely nonsense. It's just nonsensical. Daily reminder, the Pulse nightclub shooter was a Hillary Clinton supporter who swore allegiance to ISIS. What? You, as much as you want to make fun of somebody making a statement out of their hair, you post shit like this and expect people to take you seriously. A result of Mormonism, yeah, that's a thing. Shock Biden regime. A regime? Why regime? Like that's a pretty strong word and accusation. Like a regime, if you voted, the fact that you're allowed to vote, right? And then the votes, I guess if you believe the votes are getting miscounted or the election is getting stolen, then I guess you would believe that you're under a regime. But like, just because you believe nonsense isn't everybody else's problem. It's a compounding issue, I guess. Biden regime education official announces democracy as white supremacist and says white people should not be listened to. What? Breaking. Biden admin education official says democracy is white supremacist and white votes should be tuned out. That doesn't make any sense. This just goes to a tweet. Does this actually go to an article or something? Oh, we can get off of this page. Okay, so let's look at this article. I'm gonna get a virus. No, I'm not subscribing to you. Leave me alone. Biden deputy director of Department of Education claims democracy fat phobia based on white supremacy. Quote, fuck yes, fat phobia is real. The ideal weight, shape, and look is white supremacy baked into our everyday lives. I'm so over it. We deserve more than diets. I mean, yeah, diets, in some cases, diets can work and some things are healthy and some things aren't. And so you gotta do what's best for you, right? And whatever. I mean, it's up to you. What do you want your life to be like and what are you comfortable with, right? A U.S. Department of Education deputy director appointed under President Joe Biden mocked evangelical Christians and claimed democracy was based on white supremacy. I mean, a lot of people mock evangelical Christians. That's not new. According to Fox News, Christina Ishmael, the deputy director of the Office of Educational Technology, which claims to implement policies for equity of access to technology, posted the decisive comment on Twitter. Her account was put on private on Monday following backlash to the comments, but not before the Outlook took screenshots of her statements demeaning white people and claiming white supremacy had ties to American democracy, evangelical Christians, and fat phobia bias against fat people. Okay, when you're trying to put laws in to prevent people from voting based on where they live, their class, and their skin tone, then yes, there would be white supremacy based into American democracy. I mean, just the fact that there's amendments, right, to your constitution. And the constitution, because the constitution is not and was not perfect. And there had to be amendments to allow black people, then women, then black women to be able to vote. And so when you're turning around and trying to restrict that voting access on because you had to make adaptations to allow other people, yeah, historically that is correct. She wrote, quote, democracy is also built on white supremacy. Yeah, yes, it is. It was, at least. Now, is it currently? In some cases, yes, and in some cases, no. Sure, it depends on what you're talking about. Which I see perpetrated in education circles when, by people of color, flocks are being told they're too negative by addressing real issues instead of superlatives. I mean, yeah, though, no, that makes sense. There are certain things and stories that people want their kids to be taught and not taught in schools, and particularly evangelical Christians have problems with that. They go out of their way to protest, which they are allowed to do. They're allowed to process, or protest. They're allowed to go through the process of attempting to make change, and they're allowed to be shot down every single fucking time. And so, that is democracy. Just because the people are voting in a way that you're not happy with doesn't make it not democracy, right? That's one of the risks of democracy is stupid people are allowed to vote. uh Replied amen to a tweet that claimed the evangelical church welcomed hate and white supremacy. In certain parts of America, it does. In certain parts of America, there are, like, the Westboro Baptist Church is evangelical Christian and they are white supremacists. I don't know what to tell you. I don't see anything incorrect about these statements. Now, you might disagree, but you're gonna have to. There's 13 comments. Let's see what the comments say. I'm curious. I'm curious to get my channel removed. Well, she's white too, so I guess we should follow her advice and not listen to her. That's fair. So, D-vote means in the midterms was a vote for democracy, according to Biden. And this Biden regime member says democracy is white supremacist. So the Democrats finally admitting they're part of white supremacy. Fair. There are problems in the American government structure, right? One of the main ones I think most people criticize is the electoral college, right? There people have been calling for changes in government and processing for a really, really long time. So saying that Biden is or is not existing in a system that is or is not problematic doesn't matter. Didn't they just say that Biden fit the left perfectly by and then now they're like, I guess Biden's not for democracy. I don't understand. I mean, to be fair, these posts are made by different individuals, so it's not like it's going to be consistent necessarily, but I don't know. Whatever. AOC demands Black Friday be named Friday of Color. I mean, that is kind of silly, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think removing the word black from nomenclature is going to help against racism, but I'm white. What the fuck do I know? Don't listen to me about that. Go talk to a black person and see how they feel about it. They'll be worth their opinion will be worth more than mine. Disgusting child grooming ads. What? What's the grooming part? Little girls don't have to be dressed in pink? I don't understand. I don't understand what's child grooming about this. Let's see what this. My girlfriend showed me this the other day. I was shocked. Shocking. Following content. Like putting children in an ad where some appear to be disheveled, sad, and even abused. This is sick and should be illegal. I don't think either of these children look terrible. This kid. Or, oh, it's because it's a kink teddy bear? Okay, okay. I couldn't tell when it was small. It's a kink teddy bear. It's got Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So there's like, got it, got it, got it. I didn't even notice. Okay, so what's wrong with this one? The stiletto boots. Yeah, this one's clearly supposed to have like, I guess, alcohol on the table, but I don't. This is sick and should be illegal. I mean, okay, putting children in an ad where some appear to be disheveled, sad, or even abused. I don't. I don't know if I agree with this, but using kids in advertising, advertising is its own beast and has its own like goals of being incredibly. I want to know what the context. Bellish units. I don't know what that is. They're marketing toward elites that abuse children. The only people who can afford to buy shit from this company are the Jeffrey Epsteins or Woody Allens. It's at the point where they aren't even trying to hide it. They're testing now, but it's a matter of time until the masses are completely brainwashed and this pedophilic shit is considered new sexuality. There are about 100 million households in the USA that can say they have at least 10 million net worth. That's absolutely insane. That's 43% of the world's amount of money owned by just 1% of the population. I mean, do I or do I not agree, Chesh, that AOC Black Friday one was likely false? Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a reason why I didn't bother going to find that. Like, it just was nonsense. I don't Do I think kids should be shown in advertising with potentially sexually explicit material? So the one on the right, fine. The one on the left might be questionable, particularly because of the teddy bear. But I mean, it kind of depends on what the ad is trying to even say. I'd have to see the ad, but I mean, there are rules around advertising, right? You can't just show anything. There are laws and rules. The FCC covers that. But then you would have to have the conservatives working with the FCC, and this FCC and the conservatives generally don't get along because reasons. Um, could be conservative members of the Supreme Court are fearful Biden will pack the court if they rule differently. Your President Trump and the conservatives already packed the Supreme Court. That's why one of the reasons why Roe v. Wade got overturned. And you can't just pack a Supreme Court passively. You have to wait for a judge to leave. So somebody has to be retiring or dead for them to put a new person in. So you'd have to time it with that. Why would anybody be surprised that the Supreme Court has ruled against me? They always do. You put them there. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Maybe it's because the conservatives don't like Donald Trump either, or a large majority anyway. What the hell? I can't. We are on our Steven Crowder. We haven't seen a single thing from Steven Crowder. I'm disappointed. Ethan from H3H3 calling. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just gonna skip that. I'm skipping the H3H3 stuff. I do not expect people who follow Steven Crowder to understand H3H3. Although I would be curious to know, I don't know how well people who follow H3H3 would be able to understand Steven Crowder's fan base. I'm struggling to understand Steven Crowder's fan base, to be fair. Technically, there's no law that you have to wait for a judge to retire or die to get a new one in. Well, how does that work then, Dapper? Because I was pretty sure like the way their system, like I don't think I've seen anybody getting appointed until there is a space. And how do you get a space? Is there a way to remove? I imagine there has to be a way to remove a Supreme Court judge or add one, but that would be a process. You know what I mean? New Disney CEO promises to make child grooming slightly less obvious. Why is there a picture of Toy Story? What? What is this? Okay, I gotta search this one. Why do they none of them have links? Oh, they did. Thank you. Okay. The Babylon Bee. Oh, this is the one that, okay, so Babylon Bee, if you guys remember the stream that we did, and there's going to be a video coming out about it as well, that we did in the Unnamed Tavern when we looked at the screenshots of Elon Musk and his ex-wife talking about buying Twitter because Babylon Bee got banned. This is the thing that they're talking about. Okay. Los Angeles, California, amid plunging stock prices, unprofitable streaming, and a business model intensely focused on sexualizing children as young as possible, but definitely not bias. Bob Chapek has been ousted from Disney and replaced with former CEO Bob Iger. Okay, or Iger. In his first public statement regarding the change, Iger promised to make Disney's child grooming practices less noticeable to the public. Quote, "Here at Disney, we will continue to prey on the hearts and minds and bodies of young children." How clearly that's what he said. What is this, the conservative onion, where the goal is just to make everybody awful people? Oh no, okay. Said to a crowd full of reporters and Hollywood degenerates. But now we will be slightly less in your face about it. It's time to return to the subliminal messaging of the 90s that so successfully estranging millions of kids from wisdom and protection of their loving parents. That worked wonders. I also have my hair. I mean, this is like, are these people actually taking this seriously? Too late for my family. We'll never again willingly give any of our money to Disney. Get woke, go broke. Oh, wait, are they taking this seriously? This cannot be a serious fucking article, right? It's literally conservative Christian Onion. Oh, okay, okay. I mean, at least the Onion is like, this is just Hollywood degenerates. I don't think that the thing that I'm finding funny about this is that it does seem that people take this seriously, but the idea, like, the Onion is got satire down, like, to a T, to the point that sometimes it is actually unrecognizable if they've done something that if they're saying something that's actually real, and that and they usually try to go out of their way to make sure that's not the case. But, like, this is just, oh, we're saying that everybody's awful and commits crime. That's not really funny, but people taking it seriously is funny. The problem with gun control, before or after? No. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna point out that there's America, and then there's not America. And in not America, people have gun laws that are properly enforced, or at least more properly enforced. And so, that being the case, we can look and see what their crime rates are like. A good example is gun crime in New York versus gun crime in, oh, what's the name of the city? Starts with a W. It's on the other side of the border. I got Wisconsin stuck in my head, but it's definitely not Wisconsin. Oh no, what's it? Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a map. Hold on. Let's go to Google Maps real quick. Let's see. What's the name of the town? There's Detroit. There it is. Windsor. That's the name of the town. Here we go. So here, let me show you guys. Whoop. There's Detroit. There's Windsor. Detroit, interestingly enough, actually further north than Windsor is, which is Canada. Right? So here's the United States. Here's Canada below it. Right? If you look at the statistics of gun crime, or crime in general, in Detroit versus crime in Windsor, you will see massive differences in those numbers. The only thing separating these two cities is a river and the laws that govern each area, right? There is really nothing stopping people crossing these borders. So, this is just hilariously inaccurate. That's not how any of that works. Majority of Americans who died of COVID in August were vaccinated. Okay. I'm not. Are we really going to have to get into what and how vaccines work? The tolerant left at its peak. What are you looking at? Well, we're supposed to. Okay, so I say we, but I'm not really. I guess I'd be extremely left just by the fact that I'm Canadian compared to an American. But casual conversation in the. Okay, so it's clipped out, right? So we have no idea what the context is. In the meantime, I have to resign myself to the fact that I will probably never own a house, car, good health insurance, etc., because the rich are literally hoarding most of the wealth. Even if I get a decent job, everything is getting too fucking expensive for it to matter. Infuriating and scary. Edit. On top of that, I can't imagine how bad the winter must be for you and yours. I hope you're able to stay safe and warm. Double layering helps along with the other tips people have mentioned. It's pretty disappointing and disgusting that as a society we still have people scared that they're going to freeze in their homes while the rich have more than they could ever need or use. What's the tolerant left at its peak? What? It's sad that there are people who freeze in their homes. What do you mean? I don't understand what's supposed to be the. Oh, okay, here we go. Yes, blame your problems on the rich. Classic. Die. Okay, sorry, I missed the bottom half of this. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, okay, okay. So, how do you know this person is conservative? Is this person the same person who posted? Because I don't know, we can't see. Uh, I'm assuming this is the person who posted this comment because their thing is the matching and this is thing. Blame it. They're not. I mean, read the room. So you got banned from casual conversation when somebody literally tells you to die? I mean, I didn't see that they got banned, but maybe that's the case. Let's be honest, it was probably one of the mods, pet furries that told you to die anyway. What is this about snowflakes? I thought the conservatives were supposed to be giga chads. Yep, not surprised that Pussy for a mod closed the chat right after, so I couldn't respond like a little bitch. So you didn't get banned, it just got closed. I can almost guarantee that person didn't get banned because I know how those subs work. So you have no idea. Been banned in a lot. Oh, gee. Maybe they just recognized you. I'm just confused about how cry harder your tears taste like gravy is offensive. See if somebody says that at somebody's, like, your funeral and see if people find it offensive. I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying Steven Crowder's fans. These guys are like, yo, you guys are hilarious. What is this? The right can't meme. This is memey as hell. Yes, cry harder. Your tears taste like gravy. Salty ass gravy. But telling me to go die isn't a problem at all. Because, well, you have no idea if they did get banned or not. Because they looked at your post and comment history and saw you in Crowder. Oh, yeah. That's what they always do. How they be banning you because it's different. That's not how money works. Listen, we're not going to get into, like, the economy, right? We're not going to dive into, like, the way the economy works, right? And how money works and how we kind of just made that up. And again, has anybody decided to try turning it off and turning it back on again? Non-binary, they use they them pronouns and the purpose of all formal filings will be addressed as mix. Okay. Oh, I mean, having a specific sexuality or identifying as a specific gender doesn't automatically make you a good person. Like there you can be critical of somebody whether they are trans or gay or whatever, it doesn't matter because being an asshole is not gender specific. Being an asshole is not um sexually like sexual orientation specific. You can be an asshole no matter who you are. So I don't understand this criticism. People aren't perfect because they're trans. People aren't perfect because they're white. People aren't perfect because they're gay. Nobody is perfect. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, The View begs their low IQ viewers to start wearing masks again as Whoopi Goldberg's immune system appears to be completely destroyed.
You can get boosted within an inch of your life, and then the next thing you know, you got COVID again. Good God.
That is not funny. That's stupid.
But I don't have it now, and that's why I'm back at the table.
We were worried about a resurgence during the holidays, and I was flying this weekend. I flew to Florida. I was the only person with a mask on. And I was thinking, people, it's here still, right? So let's wear our masks. Let's take the
We have not worn, you know, we wore our masks, everybody was mad, but nobody got sick.
Yep.
Now we've taken the masks off, and all the stuff that used to happen to us all the time is happening again. And because we have got so many different takes on COVID, you know, it's evolving here, it's evolving here. And so, you know, the true thing is, if you really want to protect yourself, you probably need to keep your mask on a little more than you want.
Just a little more.
You know, but, you know, we wore our masks.
Okay, we really need to start talking about their. Okay, first off, low IQ. Unironically. Start wearing masks again as Whoopi Goldberg's immune system appears to be completely destroyed. Well, that sucks for her if that's the case. Are we really going to talk about masks and like what they're effective for and what they're not effective for? Like, are we seriously? It is 2022 and people don't understand how masks work? I mean, I guess I understand that vaccines can be kind of complicated, but I don't really understand the problem. Greta sitting in a first class on a fossil fuel powered electric train. Well, okay, well, it's electric train. So when you say fossil fuels, you're referring to, I guess, where that electricity power is coming from, which I mean, you'd have to look at the brand of the plane to see where that's coming from. Switching over out of fossil fuels is a process. It's not something you can do in a heartbeat, right? Like, you can't just stop using fossil fuels. You have to gradually flip it over. So you get a situation where it's going to take time. Switch the fact that it is electric and then we'll be using a percentage of fossil fuel, which will be less than it not being electric at all, and then flipping it over. It's almost like there's a process here and it takes time. If a dystopian nightmare would happen if we just cut off all fossil fuel because electricity, that other means of gaining electrical power isn't good enough yet, and it's not around enough yet. So let's continue. Eating tropical fruit transported thousands of miles on diesel-powered ships. Well, I don't know where she is, so maybe. And everything wrapped in plastic made of fossil fuels. Well, I mean, you'd have to know those brands and know where they're getting plastic from. Plastic being bad for the environment is about not entirely about the processing and like how it's made, but in some cases, yeah, transitions take time. You have no idea whether or not the ships are powered by diesel or not, or if they're powered by a percentage of diesel. Shit takes time, and people shouldn't have to starve in the meantime. That's not how that works. Brave enough to inject unknown substances into body, but afraid to breathe air. No. Just no. It's You're still breathing air. You don't just breathe something. Not breathing air would mean a different type of mask and an air tank separately. You're still breathing air. We don't, Steven Crowder's audience doesn't know how masks work. Oh no. You're calling other people low IQ? Are you kidding me? List of banned users Elon Musk has restored on Twitter so far. I don't care. How to watch live stream on... No, don't call. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, that is kind of weird. Biden takes weird pictures. Like, I don't blame people for thinking he's kind of, like, weird and creepy. I'm not a fan. He makes me uncomfortable. I don't really blame them for having that opinion. 15 years in the military, disarmed the Club Q gunman. Okay, well, good for him. Good job. Did he need a gun to do it? Just out of curiosity. Connect your brain, AOC. After Trump elevated anti-immigrant and anti-Latino rhetoric, we had the deadliest anti-Latino shooting in modern history. After anti-Asian hate with COVID, Atlanta, Tree of Life, Emmanuel, AME, Buffalo, and now after the anti-LGBT plus campaign, Colorado Springs, connect the dots. Yeah, danger, like rhetoric enables and entices people and encourages people to take action. That's what rhetoric is about. A rhetoric is about empowering people to a degree, like if that's the type of rhetoric you're using. So yes, dangerous rhetoric can lead to dangerous action. Extreme rhetoric can lead to extremism. Right? This is basic. This is 101. What do you mean connect your brain? What do you mean? This has no comments. Come on. Why is this subreddit so inactive? Reports of Iranian security forces raping protesters and getting prisoners to rape protesters as well, both male and female protesters. Okay, got a citation for this. People like to bitch about living in America. You're allowed to... yes, things could be worse. That doesn't mean things can't be improved or that there aren't things to complain about, and it doesn't invalidate the complaint. Citizen Digital News, Interactive Middle East, protest, sexual assault, bunch of fucking... Okay, so you say this like there haven't been crimes committed by any other military force ever, and as if any of that would be okay. Is any of this okay? No. I don't know what you're trying to say. Iran bad? I don't get it. I mean, I guess you could make that argument about any conservative argument either. Well, you're not Russia, so stop complaining. Reporter was sent wearing a t-shirt promoting LGBT to Qatar soccer stadiums. What do you mean was sent? When you say like they told him to wear this? Okay. As a Qatari, I'm proud of what happened. I don't know when the Westerners will realize that their values aren't universal. That's actually fair. There are other cultures with different values that should be equally respected. Let's not forget that the West is not the spokesperson for humanity. That's not wrong. Does that mean I agree with their policies? No, but it's not on America to push whatever American sensibilities are onto everybody else. That's fair. Just now, security guard refusing to let me into the stadium for USA Wales. You have to change your shirt. It's not allowed. I mean, yeah. When in Rome, whether or not you like it or agree with it, if you don't follow the rules of another country, you're going to get in trouble or not be allowed to do specific things. It's not a right. It's not a right, particularly in that country, right? And so should it be a right in that country? Probably, yeah. But that's just not where that country is at. And so you're not helping by just doing stuff like that, right? So you can disagree and take actions that are more helpful, right? You don't have a right to go to another country and expect them to behave by your sensibilities. It's that simple. If it's not a right in that country, then too bad. Do you consider it that that government is infringing on the rights of those people? Maybe, sure. If you consider it that way, that's fine. It doesn't change the point. The point stands, right? To me, this looks like clout chasing. Best kill feed of the day. Okay, we're playing a game. When Disney makes a movie about Greta Thunberg. Okay, that was kind of racist. A little bit.
I don't understand what is so hard about
you know that,
other...
like, people who are African American don't speak the same way, right? Depending on their dialect and depending on where they're from. Go figure. Okay.
Other people when they misgender
seems like
others.
A healthy lifestyle.
It takes you like 2 seconds, but you know what it takes for me to have...
I don't care about what this guy says. Elon reaches out to everyone on the web and got millions of responses. You're failing our democracy. Your garbage poll means nothing. Did people outside of the US vote? ? Did you reach out to marginalized communities, the targets of Trump's rhetoric, for their input? Your followers don't represent America. If you run Twitter like this, God help us all. There was also like the research on the poll, or analysts analyzing the poll showed like a 75% chance of 75 bots. So like if conservatives are going to be very concerned about bots being able to or fake votes, like you'd think they'd be equally concerned about something like this, but it's inconsistent because if you get what you want, then it's fine, right? Rules for thee but not for me type thing. Side effects of people who receive COVID vaccine. Okay, yeah, whatever. Right wing versus left wing. Right wing peaceful protester Jacob Chansley, 41 months in prison, trespassed for 2 hours. Left wing violent protester, 15 months in prison, firebombed the police car. What do you mean peaceful protest? That there was an insurrection. That's not a peaceful protest. As soon as they entered the building, it wasn't a peaceful protest. What do you mean? You can't be serious. You can't seriously think this man is a peaceful protester. Are you high? The dude in the buffalo hat is not right wing. I remember them outing him as being Antifa riots the year before. This is the Kevin Sorbo argument. Oh no, he wasn't really right wing. He was actually Antifa. The left's crazy world in action. Yup. Oh yeah. Musk versus white people on Twitter. A white people Twitter. If you don't like Trump's reinstatement or the way I'm running Twitter or getting several daily push notifications from my account. Oh, I knew it. I knew he was forcing notifications from his own account. Okay. I thought I was crazy. I was like, maybe it's just because he's like, there's a lot of interaction with what's going on with him, so he's getting pushed forward in the algorithm. No, he's purposefully forcing his fucking Twitter stupid ass tweets down your throat. Very, very free speech, very, very conservative talking point, right? I knew it. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, nah, I can't be right. Then delete the app. For as much as you're all stomping and crying, I know you won't because you're a bunch of babies addicted to the drama. Oh, that's some projection, don't you think? You're gonna make everybody read your stupid shit and then be like, bruh, Elon's speech is the freest speech. Oh no. Okay, to be fair, that's funny. But this is the guy who won Pennsylvania. Put him beside Drew. I like that. That's funny. That's a good one. I'm old enough to remember when wanting to nationalize media smacked of the Nazis or the Soviets. Time to nationalize Twitter. But, okay, media versus Twitter. Are you going to treat Twitter like news? Are you going to treat Twitter like under different FCC rules? Are you like there's some no. That's not hypocritical. The nationalizing I don't okay. Okay. These people are mental. I wish my mom had aborted me. I mean, fair. That's some people don't want to be here, and some people aren't happy with the way their lives are and the way the government runs and the way things are. So, yeah. Oh no. Speaking of Kevin Sorbo, let's make this bigger. The media hates Kanye and Elon Musk more than they ever hated Epstein or Harvey Weinstein. Then, unless you noticed, or didn't happen to notice, let me point this out for you. Harvey Weinstein was arrested and tried for crime. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested for crime. He did not make it to trial because he died. So, what crime has Kanye and Elon Musk done that would get them arrested and tried? Otherwise, you're comparing apples and oranges. There's no media fanfare around Epstein currently because there's no new information about what's going on with that. There is regularly shit going on about Elon Musk because he keeps making shit about him. We're not getting daily tweets from Jeffrey Epstein that is affecting hundreds of thousands of people's jobs, if not millions. Yeah, this just in, we still hate Epstein more at 11, or Weinstein, right? There was tons of media coverage about Weinstein when those trials were going on. Does he think that it should never be off the air? Does he think we should still be talking about something that is arguably a resolved situation, or in a situation where there's no new information? What does he want? I don't understand. I don't understand. There's also a lot of pro Kanye and a lot of pro Elon Musk stuff. So when you say the media, who the fuck are you talking about? Is it me? Are you talking about me? That's sweet of you. Kevin Sorbo knows who I am. We live in a time when intelligent people are being silenced, so stupid people won't be offended. Well, yeah, I've seen a few calls. Like, I've seen a few things that, I don't think those people are being silenced, but I have seen people calling things that I don't agree with. That, like, I think the best example probably is there was a proposal that was signed on by Richard Dawkins that talked about not using social gender as wording in law, right? He was proposing, or he was signed onto this proposal that said gender ought to be left to the biological identification of an individual as they were born for their gender when it comes to the laws. The point was to protect trans people, non-binary people, as well as like trans people, trans women and trans men, as well as people who have not transitioned at all. So because you run the risk of, if you transition into a man, if you go from female to male and you become pregnant and the law says women get access to specific care, like in the healthcare, and you're a pregnant man and you don't identify as a woman anymore and you've transitioned, you're a man now, but you become pregnant, the law wouldn't protect you. The law wouldn't grant you access to those things. So now there were a lot of anti-trans groups that signed off onto this. And I got a little bit of a kick on that because it means that these anti-trans groups were accidentally protecting trans rights and helping trans people. So I thought it was fucking hilarious. But there were a lot of trans groups that were really upset by this, and it made me think that and there were things that when I read it, I was like, I can understand why people are frustrated, because they then go on, they specify and say, when we're talking about gender, we are specifically talking about the gender you were born as, right? And then so it says women need to be protected, da 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 da. Girls need to be protected, da 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 da. Men need to be protected, and boys need to be protected, da 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 da. And they're like, well, this is removing trans people, and it's like, no. They specified at the beginning, saying that this is the terminology they're using, and this is what they mean. They're not removing trans people; they're protecting trans people under these circumstances. So it was really interesting to see. So when you talk about like whether or not people are I don't think it was silenced by anything. I don't really find that people are being silenced. But it is common to find that stupid people are very loud. And I think Stephen Crowder's group here is a paragon of dumb, loud people. Barry said, I've seen people say things like everyone knows or no one cares about when they mean I know and I don't care about. Yeah, and that's a really good point. They say everyone meaning themselves. They're just that's classic projection.
30 seconds left. 35 seconds.
You have like an atomic clock.
Oh, he's got.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna skip that. Let's see, what does it say? AOC versus Elon, reinstate former President Trump. I don't know, man. Last time he was here, this platform was used to incite an insurrection. Multiple people died. The vice president of the United States was nearly assassinated, and hundreds were injured. But I guess that's not enough for you to answer that question. Twitter poll it is. Wait, why would you post this as like a... This seems to go against your rhetoric, because that's just like AOC bitch slapping Elon Musk. That's... Wait, who besides that lady got shot by the cops died? Someone, didn't it say injured? Yeah, injured, not killed. Reading comprehension. Someone randomly had a heart attack or stroke because it was the most exciting thing that they ever did was, I read somewhere. Yeah, randomly. But because of this self-contradiction in one sentence. Yeah, at home a week later. Yeah, that's not how that works. It doesn't matter. Sometimes things can crop up. It's like when you get in a car accident and you feel fine immediately afterward, and then a day or two later you've got a crick in your neck or your neck's fucked up because of whiplash. Believe it or not, injuries can take time to show themselves. Weird. AOC idea of peaceful protests and insurrection are distorted. More proof liberalism is a mental disorder. Oh, please show your work. Citation needed. Thank you, please. Citation needed. Remember, AOC was almost killed or raped or insert bad thing here. Always they literally said they were going to attack her. They showed up in her workplace to attack her. What do you mean? How? Oh my god. These people just not know what happened? How? I gotta say, I love Steven Crowder's fucking group. Oh my god, they're fucking so stupid. Obama has released the homo demons on the black man. Look out, black women. A white homo may take your man. The blood test of Jesus, World Missionary Church, best church in New York City. Wow, I can't imagine why somebody might have equated evangelical Christians with white supremacy. New York. What? What? Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Obama has released the homo demons. Look the fuck out. Look out, everybody. How does one identify a homo demon? I'd like to meet one. Chat, are any of you in the chat a homo demon? You have to tell me. You're not allowed to lie. That's illegal. I can't believe this. Oh, you know what? Hold on, we'll do one more. Minimum wage earner, $7.25 per hour, 1 gallon of milk, 3 oh wait, this is bigger. Oh god. Okay, this is bigger than I thought it was. Okay, minimum wage earner, median wage earner, CEO guy. Oh, the Monopoly man. Has to work 0.1 second for 1 gallon of milk, have to work 13 minutes for 1 gallon of milk, have to work a half an hour for 1 gallon of milk. The 99% needs a raise. No, the 99 needs to take responsibility for their choices that they chose for milk to be this expensive. Normal demons say kneel. Homo demons say bend over. I gotta. All right, listen. Chat makes these streams worthwhile. Oh my god. Let's see. Okay, so the minimum wage worker dropped out of high school to play video games specifically. Hasn't read a book in 14 years. Has watched every episode of the Kardashians. Has 3 kids from 3 different baby mamas. Can name every player on the LA Dodgers, including their batting average. Refuses to go the extra, has spent minutes on personal development. I mean, I would say this is personal development. I would say that can name every player in the LA Dodgers, including their batting average, is personal development. I would also say that playing video games, making a choice to drop out of school to play video games would be personal development. Those are both, are they good choices? It depends on the person, but that is personal development, whether you like it or not. Refuses to go the extra mile. Dude, has 3 kids from 3 different baby mamas? That is the extra mile. I'm too lazy for that kind of shit. Has a $300 pair of Air Jordans. What year is it? Believes the lottery and casinos is his best investment. Okay. Went to college and median wage earner. Went to college and got a liberal arts degree. Followed the rules. I'm surprised they didn't call this guy criminal. Works 40 hours a week. What makes you think this guy doesn't work 40 hours a week? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Has 5 credit cards. Financed a house with a 95% mortgage. Owns the latest iPhone and latest HD TV with the latest BMW. I swear to God, if the richest person doesn't live under a bridge, I'm gonna be pissed. has spent days on his personal development, enjoys weekends on his boat. What's wrong with that? Competes with the Joneses. Okay, yeah, sure. Believes his 401k and Wall Street is his best investment. I mean, that used to be the case. Okay. Now, super rich guy who makes to $20,160 an hour. CEO guy. Dropped out of college to pursue a business. Okay, so dropping out of high school to play video games, not okay. Dropping out of college to pursue a business, gonna make you a for sure good idea. Okay. Mopped floors for minimum wage while struggling to build a business. Reads 4 books a month while working 75 hours a week. What? Hey, listen, go to the library, kids. Can't name any American Idol's winners and wouldn't recognize a Kardashian. Has spent years on his personal development. Worked weekends while all his buddies were at the bars drinking. Company provides value to 30 million people yearly. Is this Elon Musk? Believes his choices are his best investment. Wow, I'm 14 and this is deep. Change your choices, change your life. Who wrote this? Do you work a minimum wage job? Oh my god. 99% need to take responsibility for their choices. I feel like this person doesn't know what the word responsibilities mean. Going to work still every day when you need to feed yourself and 3 children and take care of them for minimum wage is taking responsibility for your choices. Not reinvesting that amount of money into the economy and dodging taxes is not taking responsibility for your actions, nor taking responsibility for the community that you're taking advantage of. This is the problem with current capitalism. Capitalism isn't the problem. Capitalism functions fine when it's functioning the way it's supposed to function. The problem is it's not currently functioning as intended because there has been way too much jerry-rigging when it comes to taxes, when it comes to what basically lobbying, right? So the best investment a company can make is lobbying and then marketing, right? So to be fair, lobbying could be seen as a type of marketing, but that's not the point. There's something to be said about when you're part of capitalism, the way capitalism is supposed to work. When you're at the top, you are supposed to be reinvesting into the area around you. You use the roads, you use the electricity, you use the people, you use the infrastructure that's been built in, and that's what you're supposed to be paying back into when you own and run a business. These margins of profit, your profit margins of a business are supposed to be this big, not this big. And feeling like you're entitled to profit margins this insanely wide while you're laying people off, which, by the way, once upon a time was considered a business's failure and shows that to investors that your business is unstable and unsustainable. That's the way capitalism is supposed to work. Now, should you run entirely straight off capitalism? No, I don't think so. I think some socialism is good. By the way, not communism, because those are different fucking things. Imagine that. This is my little lesson on economics. It's not bad for society, and I recommend if you would like to learn about different economic practices that may or may not work for you locally, at your local government area, or can work for you at a larger, like a statewide type thing, I do recommend understanding and realizing that there is America and there is not America. There are other ways to do things that function better or worse. And there's one thing, and I'll complain about my own country for a minute. There's one thing that Canadians do that I absolutely hate, and they've been doing it for a long time. We're complacent because, well, hey, at least we're not America. At least we're not America. Like, we're not doing as bad as America, so hey. And what we ought to be doing is we ought to be comparing ourselves and our own policies to people who are doing it that are the most successful at it. Because we're very good generally overall, but we're not the best at any one thing. And so there's a balance to be had there. But instead of looking at America and saying, hey, well, we're not that, we ought to be working at looking at other places and saying, hey, why aren't we that instead? So, yeah, it's all communism. It's communism all the way down. We have to work together. We're social. Hypothetically, grant they take responsibility. What exactly is responsibility they need to take according to the creator of the diagram? Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, whoever made this diagram, they're saying the responsibility for their choices. So yeah, what is the responsibility in that case? And like I said, doing your job for minimum wage and being treated like garbage at your workplace while trying, because you have to try to support 3 kids, that is taking responsibility. Anyway, this has been Dumb Fekk Friday. I gotta say, like, the goddamn people on Steven Crowder's list are what a delight. What a delightful group of unga bunga monkeys. Oh, people who only work 40 hours a week are lazy. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing only working 40 hours a week? Oh, God. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like and sub and find me on Twitter for now while it still exists. Who knows how long that's going to be. Feel free to join on Patreon, or feel free to become a member if you are so interested. Right now, there is a specialty going on for Christmas, basically. That is, if you are a Patreon of $5 or more, you can send me a picture of your pet or your friend's pet or your parent's pet, whatever, and I will take that pet and I will turn it into a Pokemon. And it can be on stream if you are so interested, but that is over on Twitch, or it is visible for you if you are a member. Videos for that will be coming out probably on Monday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, because tomorrow we're doing a double. We got a double header. We got Manya coming back for Dumb Fekk Friday tomorrow to talk about an update with Amber Heard, her open letter, as well as catching up with Dr. Charlotte Proudman. And maybe there'll be a little splash of Dauber in there. We'll see. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And I hope everybody has a good weekend, because it is the weekend. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to Dumb Fekk Friday.
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 It's going to be fun.